All right, YouTube. This is Lance, Spider Lance again. Like I said, I ain't preaching today on this one, but I guess I'm preaching away. But this is the part two of top 10 of the last decade. Now let's go to the Ball Don't Lie top 10 list. Let's start at number 10. They have Allen Iverson, number 9, Tracy McGrady, number 8, D Wade, number 7, Jason Kidd. I'm gonna talk about that one. Number 6, Shaquille O'Neal. He is number 6. Six greater players in this decade where he won 3 titles. 5, LeBron. 4, Dirk. 3, Kobe. Number 2, Kevin Garnett. And number 1, Timmy Duncan. All right, now let's go. We're gonna go from. I'm gonna talk about two things. First, let me talk about the people that who shouldn't be on this list at all. Two people. The one person who should not be on this list at all is Jason Kidd. Oh man, how can you say it? Jason Kidd did go to championship twice. He did go to championship twice, but I mean, they might as well didn't go. Honestly, they might as well didn't go. But he went. He helped his team, but they had Kenyon Martin also. They had Jason Kidd. It's kind of hard to understand how they got there, but the Eastern Conference was pretty weak at that time. But his stats are not that great to put him over a two-time MVP. Jason Kidd never even came close to winning the MVP award. So that's why I don't think he should be on this list, because he gets like 13 points and 10 assists and like 8 rebounds. And we say, wow, wow, wow. Let me tell y'all something about a guard. It's not a guard's job to get rebounds. If he gets one that gets rebounds, that's great. But that don't make him better than a guard who doesn't get rebounds. Steve Nash averaged more points and more assists than Jason Kidd, at least for the last half of this decade. And Jason Kidd ain't never had a season close to Nash's best season. So I don't think he should be on this list. And Tracy McGrady also shouldn't be on this list. He better can stay healthy. He's up there. He had a year where he scored and he was up there with his scoring, but he's barely there. You can't count on him. He ain't got his team past the first round ever. How can you put him in the top 10 players? How? I agree with Iverson, because he got a team to that before this decade. Yeah, he got a team to the championship in this decade, and the only team to beat the Lakers that year in the playoffs. And he put in a memorable and great performance, and he's a great scorer. So gotta put him in there. All right, I'm gonna give you my top 10, and it's really top 11 because I couldn't choose between number one and for number one. I put Kobe and Shaq number one. I can't put either one or two because both have been dominant players. Both have, without a doubt, at times been the best player on their team. Even with Kobe and Shaq, that was like having Superman and Captain Marvel on the same team. Not Superman and not Batman and Robin. More like Superman and Captain Marvel on the same team. So I guess you can't really say that, but Shaq was the most dominant for 3 years. And Kobe definitely was the best player on his team last year, and he was the best player on the team the year before when they went to the title. And he was also a dominant player at times, especially against those San Antonio teams with the great Tim Duncan and David Robinson and Bruce Bowen on their team and all these other people, Robert Horry on their team. He was usually the reason why they got over that San Antonio hump, because he had some monstrous games against them. So that's why I put Kobe and Shaq, because they got 4 titles in this last decade. Now Tim Duncan, I believe he got 4 titles too, but not all in this last decade. See that? Kobe and Shaq got 4 in the last decade. Tim Duncan got 3 or 2. I'll relook at that. But Tim Duncan's game is so nice that I can see why they put him number one. So I ain't gonna argue with that too much. But I would say that because I almost want to say he had a dominant season, but 24 points, 13 rebounds is kind of dominant. I mean, when Bird did something like that, it was called dominant. So I gotta say that with Duncan, and Duncan is nice. His game is great, and he's a great defense. He's a good, really good defensive player. I know great, but he's a really, really good defensive player. So he deserves to at least be number two, maybe number one. So I can't argue right there. Number three and this is the first entry that has not won a title, but the boy is just out there with his game, and he dominates. See, he put the team on his back at times. See, all these players that I've named so far in my top put the team on their back. That's why number two on his other list can't be number two because he don't put the team on his back that many times. He's not known for doing that. But LeBron James, he's been in the title with, he's been in the championship with probably the worst championship team I ever seen to go. Cleveland Cavaliers. That's why I say his coach might not be that bad of a coach because he got a winning record with a horrible team. There's been a lot of team players like Iceman and all these other people who could put up a whole bunch of points and even assists, but they ain't have great teams. If they had great teams, they had horrible records. So I gotta give him props. Give LeBron James props. I put him number three. Really, it's the fourth person in there, but I put him number three. Now I'll go because he got a title. And actually, I might have to flip flop these next two. I might have to tie them up, but I'm gonna just because D Wade get hurt. He's been hurt a lot in his career. I'm gonna put Kevin Garnett number four. Cause don't get me wrong, his game is super nice. But my knock on him is that he's not known for taking a team put on his back. He gonna get you 21, close to 21, 12 rebounds and 2 blocks, and 6 assists consistently. But sometimes you need, especially when they didn't have nobody on the team but him, sometimes you need your beast to be a beast and score 28, 29, 30 points and get those rebounds too. Forget the an average 4 assists instead of 6. That's more points when you getting 30 and getting 4 than when you getting 21 and getting 6 assists. That's more points. They're being more effective. And he been out of the first round 3 times in his career. 2 of those is when he was playing. Last year they got out of the first round, but he wasn't playing. So you cannot put him above Shaquille O'Neal. You cannot put him above Kobe Bryant. Come on, man. Come on, man. How did you? I don't understand. Sometimes I like to say that about people because I don't want their job to be in jeopardy. I know I ain't nobody, but I guess if a lot of people say this, but how did he get this job and put Kevin Garnett number 2? Put Dirk Nowitzki number 4 over Shaquille O'Neal, who got 3 titles in the last 10 years. 4. No, Shaq got 4. Dirk has some great players, but come on, man. Come on, man. So number 4, Garnett. Number 5, D Wade, because the boy is bad. The year he had last year, really, he close to winning MVP. He should have won Defensive Player of the Year. Really, he should have. And he should have made first team defense before my boy Kobe, though Kobe had a good defense year, too. And D Wade played like Jordan when they won that title. One of the most amazing finals, even though they did put him on the line a lot. Now, number 6 is Steve Nash. He come before Dirk because Steve Nash got 2 MVPs. And he returned the play of the point guard, the very good point guard. 19 points, 11 assists, 18 points, 12 assists. Come on, man. You gonna put Jason Kidd in there over that. Come on, man. Number 7, Allen Iverson. He's the answer. He's the man. Took his team to the championship and had a decent showing and played one of the most memorable games. Then I give you Dirk. I ain't gonna say too much about Dirk. He kind of choked a lot. Paul Pierce is my number 9 because he's underrated. He got some good point scoring stats and he's clutch. On a Boston Celtics team, Superman is Paul Pierce. So in the clutch, they give it to Superman. Not my boy KG. I like KG as a player better than like Paul Pierce. But Paul Pierce is clutch. And number 10, Amari Stoudemire. He's been a beast. He put up crazy stats in his last 10 years. But I'll take him over Tracy McGrady because he been healthy for long. Even though he been hurt, but his team has went farther in the playoffs. So that's my top 10 in the last decade. Hope you agree. If you don't, I don't see why. I don't see. Bye.